All right, good morning, everybody. Those on YouTube and Facebook, thank you for joining us this morning. I am running a scan right now, seeing what kind of setups we have. Looks like we're going to start off here with a couple things. We're going to start off with a short on the E-mini S&P, also getting a short on our mini Dow. All right, so target on the E-mini is going to bring us down to 39.22. That is going to be our profit target, 39.22. And if we need to reverse, it's going to reverse at, let's see here, 39.59 and a half, 39.59 and a half. And then on the, let's see, the mini NASDAQ. Target on the mini NASDAQ is going to bring us down to 122.32 and a half. That is going to be our profit target. If it needs to reverse, it's going to reverse at 123.45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 123.45. Okay, doing a quick scan here and see what kind of stocks we're going to be looking at this morning as well. right, couple stocks we'll be looking at PLD. And we're going to be looking at Netflix. Okay, right now it's still short the ES, which is your E-mini S&P 500, short your mini NASDAQ, which is NQ. So quickly, let's look at our symbols up here. ES, E-mini S&P 500, RTY, mini Russell, NQ, mini NASDAQ, NG, natural gas, GC for gold, BTC for Bitcoin. Then for Forex, we're going to be looking at the Euro US, US Yen pairs. Then for our stocks, PLD and Netflix and FLX. What we're doing is this first hour is basically just to demonstrate our proprietary trading method, which is very unconventional in the sense that we don't use any indicators. There's no indicators that I use. And there are thousands of indicators. You're familiar with them. The MAX, the Bollinger Bands, the moving averages. Don't use any of that. I don't use any of your classical chart patterns like head and shoulders. I don't look at the trend. I don't look at, flags, those types of things. And I don't look at support and resistance. These are based off of something I discovered over 30 years ago. They're called behavioral patterns. They are unique. I do have a special technique that I use in order to identify the patterns. You're not going to see them very clearly in price action alone. And the idea is that everything is going to be based off what I call their predictable behavioral patterns, in the sense that they have a really high accuracy rate of 70 and higher. And that's over literally tens of thousands of trades, and it is usable in any market. So that's why you're seeing a variety of different markets here. We have commodities, we have some indices, we have some individual stocks. Now on the indices and on the stocks, I'm going to be using something we call Einstein. Einstein is a combination of one of our patterns with a mathematical formula. And that is going to provide us with entries, profit targets, and/or reversals. If we don't hit a profit target first, we do reverse. Once it reverses, it will recalculate and give us a new profit target. And then on the currency pairs, we're going to use something called part of our core package. We'll be looking at several different patterns. We teach 5 different patterns in the core package, and those are going to be more time-based. Once we get into it, we're going to be holding them no longer than 4 to 5 minutes. With Einstein, we wait till either it hits target or it reverses. So right now I have a couple positions on. Short ES, target 39.22. Mini NASDAQ is short right now, trying to hit 122.32.5. All right, we are getting a short now in the yen. Let's see. We want to sell the 138.05, 138.05. 138 yen short, 138.05 short. Each one of these little carrots you see here, these red and green carrots, are all potential setups or patterns that we look at. What I use is I use a combination of several patterns overlaid on top of it. You'll see in just the first dimension of the layers, which are these little arrows. Have a short on the yen right now. The yen is a 138.05 short. Whenever you see these two little carrots together like this, an example would be over here on PLD. You get those two carrots like that. It's a real strong pattern for an indication that the next, in this case, we're only looking at 5-minute charts. Next indication is that the next 5-minute bar is going to be a green or up bar. Same thing with the short on Netflix. You can see you had double carrot here. Next bar right here, this red right here is a down bar, down. So this is only a demonstration on 5-minute charts. We do the same thing on dailies. You can do the same thing on 60-minute charts. Depending on what time frame you like to trade in. All right, nice little win on the yen. We're out of the yen short. Still short the E-mini S&P and also short the mini NASDAQ. All right, pretty quiet this morning here. Let's see on the Dow. Probably gonna, well, yeah, we're gonna open up lower this morning. It looks like on the Dow. Pretty quiet. Don't expect a big opening. There, we still have that upper gap on the Dow that I'm looking to possibly get filled. Still looking to fill up this gap over here that was left way back on June 6th. So I think that's where we're going. And then we'll see if we resume on the downside after filling up that gap. And of course, we have a gap down here too. So my thought is fill up this gap first, come back, and then fill up this gap right here. Start to head on down for possible new lows. All right, about another 3 minutes to go before the opening bell here. I'm expecting a little bit lower opening here on the Dow. Still have some shorts coming in on the E-mini S&P, mini NASDAQ, looking to hit target. All right, I'm changing one of the stocks. I'm going to start looking now at SHW. Don't see anything in PLD. All right, Dow's very quiet. Down 5, down 6. Pretty quiet. See if we can get this E-mini S&P and this mini NASDAQ to push lower and hit our targets. Getting a buy now on gold. Getting a buy on gold. Target on gold is going to bring us up to 1716. 1716. And if we need the reverse on the gold, we'll reverse at 1704. 1704. Hey, good, John. Very good. Good job. Jerry Long, you're at $105 today? Good job. Oh, 105. Oh my God, yeah. Just now I said, yeah. I think it I think it hit like 113 or something yesterday or 108. Oh my God. It's a good question, Sam. We're hitting 72%. So when I'm using Einstein across the board, our win rate is 72%. Meaning we hit target before reversal. Okay, RTY just triggered a buy. RTY triggered a buy. Was answering get into a little bit late on this. Let me give you that entry on RTY. It hit at 1804. Target's going to be 1809. So what I'm trying to do here, Sam, what I'm trying to do here is I'm just demonstrating a couple techniques. One is going to be our one of 5 different core patterns that we use in our core package, or basically it's the foundation course. And then the other is going to be Einstein, which is going to be more advanced. Einstein, we look for, it provides us with entries, profit targets, and reversals. Where when I'm using one of the patterns that come with the core package, those are going to be more time sensitive. In other words, we don't hold them that position more than 4 to 5 minutes. With Einstein, we either hit target or reverse. Okay, still short E-mini S&P, long mini Russell. Short still on the mini NASDAQ. Gold is buying, trying to hit a target of 1716. I don't have anything on the currencies. Currencies, I'm using one of the 5 patterns that we use in our core package. I don't see any setups yet on any of the currencies. Getting a short on Netflix right now. Getting a short on Netflix. Target on Netflix is going to bring us down to 202. Oh, wait. I need to come down and hit 203.16. If we hit 203.16, we're coming down to 202.16. So I do my best to try to keep up with all these. I am doing this for just demonstrational purpose only. By no means should you attempt to make all these trades. I certainly don't. I prefer to stick with just a couple. My favorites are going to be RTY, gold, and natural gas. But I'm just trying to demonstrate that these patterns are universal, both Einstein and the behavioral patterns. So I have a variety of different markets here. We have our commodities, our indices. We have our Bitcoin down there. We have our Forex currency pairs. Okay, actually getting a buy now on Netflix. We're getting a buy on Netflix. Let me give you that target. Okay, looking for a target of 206.16 now, 206.16.
Profit target hit.
Okay, RTY did hit profit target on RTY, which is going to be your mini Russell. Sam, I prefer to use Nadex as my platform, but you don't have to. You can use any platform you want. Patterns are the same. Just that I like the way Nadex is set up. Okay, Netflix is reversing now, but I would just get out of Netflix, hit our stop, not reversing. Okay, getting a buy right now on SHW. SHW target 24.24. I'm sorry, 249.24. 249.24. Reversal 248.49.
Reverse sell.
Let's try that again. All right, still short the mini Nasdaq, still short the E-mini S&P. Dow's down 63. Still pretty quiet morning. Gold is still in a long position, trying to hit 17.16. SHAW just reversed and went short. Let me give you a target on that. Target's going to bring it down now to 248.49. Yeah, it hit target already, so it's moving too fast. Next target is going to be 247.99. All right, watching Netflix now. If Netflix gets down to 201.16, that should shoot us at a new target of 197.16. No short yet. E-mini S&P still short. We're still short on the mini Nasdaq.
Profit target hit.
Well, what he's saying, Sam, is we have 5 different behavioral patterns, but on top of that, we have other things that we look at to validate the pattern. So that, I think that's what he's trying to tell you. So even though you may have a particular pattern set up, doesn't mean you're necessarily going to take it. Now, it may set that same pattern may set up in another stock or maybe in another currency. And then looking at the other factors and the other patterns that we look at, if they all confirm, then we'll take that trade. So just trading a naked pattern long and short is not what we recommend. Now, the patterns by themselves run in the 70 percentile. Okay, so even just trading them naked like that, you're putting the odds in your favor. But it doesn't mean we're going to take every single one of those trades. So we really stress quality over quantity. You don't need to have a whole lot of trades during the day to do well. Natural gas just went short. Let me give you a target on natural gas. Natural gas target's going to be 73.45. Gas, if it needs a reverse, is going to be 74.95. Yeah, so that's the nice thing about these patterns that, unlike with some sort of indicator, you can really quantify them. You can back test them and see them work, which is what I encourage all my students to do. Don't take my word for it. Go back and test the patterns and see if they're as good as I say they are, because you need to be confident in the tools that you're using. So that's the problem with a lot of traders, is they have a tool that stops working and then they give up, which is, for most cases, the right thing to do, because your indicators, they just don't hold up over time. They fall apart, where patterns do stand the course of time. So that's the key. But obviously it's important that as a trader you feel confident in the tools that you're using. And so I highly encourage people to go back and research it themselves to see that what I'm saying is absolutely true. All right, still short natural gas. Gold's still long, very quiet. Everything's still short. E-mini S&P. Still short the mini NASDAQ. Sam, have you started with? Have you purchased the core package? They build on themselves. So basically, what it is the core package is basically going to give you the foundation of everything, and then from there, Crystal Ball will bump you up another level. Crystal Ball is going to be more of a scalping approach, but we're also going to teach you how to have a bigger profit to loss ratio, so to speak. So put on trades, you don't risk a lot, but you're looking at 3, 4, 5 to 1 return based on risk. And then when you get into Einstein, that's a whole new animal. Now we're looking at giving you actual price targets that you can use. So everything builds on top of itself. So it looks like the mini NASDAQ did reverse and go long, still short ES. All right, 123, 82.5 is going to be our target now on NQ. That's going to put us on a HF1 buy right now on NQ. Reversal is going to be 122.70.
Reverse sell.
All right, still long NQ, still short ES. ES has been short for a while. My two favorites are going to always be RTY, then ES. And then NQ is my least of the favorites. And then I do like gold. Gold is still in a buy. I do like natural gas. Natural gas is in a short. Don't have anything on Bitcoin. I don't have anything on the currencies. We call it Einstein. Einstein is not something that I developed. It was developed by a very successful trader back in the 80s. And I just applied it to my patterns. So he called it Einstein. I call it Einstein. It is a pretty brilliant formula. But I use that in combination with my patterns, Sam. So good question. But does it have anything to do with gravity? Probably more vacuum, I'd say, because prices tend to go into certain levels, areas where they get pulled, okay? So let's say I'm looking for a buy, and it hits a certain level, and that level says, okay, it's going to go up to X amount. So then what I can do is I can come and say, okay, if my pattern sets up and it hits this zone, right, this formula, then, I can pull $1 move out of it, or I can pull 50-cent move out of it, depending on what I'm looking for. So if I'm a stock trader and I'm only looking for 25-cent moves, then I'll look for those opportunities. If I'm a stock trader and I'm looking for bigger moves, then I'm looking for those windows that will provide me with that kind of opportunity, if that makes sense. No, it has nothing to do with has nothing to do with GAN or any of those other things. It has nothing to do with support and resistance. So basically, it's like once an object sets in motion, it typically will continue in that direction until there's an equal and opposite force. That's, yeah, it's kind of like, well, that's another principle, yes. All right, possible HF2 short coming in on RTY. Watch out for NQ. NQ could reverse. Still short ES. All right, well, here we are. It's at the top of the hour, folks. So that is going to do it for today. If you have any questions, you can always go to my website, Binary Pro Strategies. Keep in mind that name is going to be changing here in about 30 days, if not less. Also, if you'd like to learn more about my strategies, there's a ton of videos on YouTube. You can always go out and watch some of those as well. I do go into a little bit more information on the core strategy, also information on Einstein. And that's it. Thanks for joining us this morning. Be back tomorrow first thing for the next free hour. And y'all be careful and enjoy your day and good luck. Take care.